All right, so in this lesson, we are going to identify and represent attributes, remember, like qualities, of a function given its equation. So on in the last lesson, I gave you the graph and you've you identified and represented some attributes. This time I'm going to give you the equation. So I have this function right here, f of x equals 1/2 x plus 1. So I want you to go to Desmos and go to Math Tools, Graphing Calculator, and let's see, f of x equals 1/2 x plus 1. F of x equals, now if you don't know how to do the fraction, you can go here and just do 1 divided by 2. Just be sure to click back up here when you're done, because if you don't, when you try to push x, it'll go down there. We don't want that. We want x right here, plus 1. And also, you could just type in 1 and then slash. Next to the right shift, there's a question mark. The question mark has a slash. If you just click it, it'll automatically make it into a fraction. 1/2 x plus 1. Make this a little smaller. Okay. Now let's try to figure out if it has a minimum or a maximum. Remember that the minimum is the lowest point, and a maximum will be the highest. So let's zoom out here. As I zoom out, you can tell this thing keeps going on forever. That way and forever that way, this line, this function. So, okay, we'll go back here. So it doesn't have a lowest point. It keeps going on forever downward and forever upward, so not applicable. So let's describe the x's, the domain, and the y's, the range. So I'm going to sketch this just so we don't have to keep going back and forth. Looks something like that, right? So the domain, does it ever stop going left? No. Does it ever stop going right? No. So it can be any number. It can be all real numbers. Remember, this is numbers, not hashtag. Number sign. Okay. Range. So does it ever stop going downward? Ever stop going upward? No. So it can be anything. Once again, so all real numbers. X-intercept. So this one I will probably have to go back. Remember, the x-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis. So let's check out where it crosses the x-axis. This is our x-axis. It crosses right here. So -2, 0. -2, 0. That works because remember that the x can be anything for an x-intercept, but the y has to be 0. So basically, you're looking at the x when y is 0. Or the x will fluctuate in some situation. You know, all I'm saying is that the x doesn't have to be 0, but the y will have to be 0, okay? The y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, which is right here, so 0, 1. And this time, the for y-intercepts, the y can be a different number, but the x will be 0. So the x is always 0 for the y-intercepts. Let's graph these. -2, 0, and 0, 1. Let's also find some more. No, we'll wait. Should we wait? No, let's find some more points. So if you notice, if you come here, like it'll highlight these, but if you click on it, it'll tell you more. Like if you click and hold, it actually will move you across it. Okay. Oh, so there's 2, 2. Yeah, there it is. 2, 2. 2, 2. 2, 2. So I don't forget. And let's just do one more this way. Now let's check that one. Negative 6, negative 2. Okay. Negative 6. Negative 2. Cool. So now my sketch can be a little more accurate. It won't be perfect, but it's better than what it would have been, right? So what's the value of f of, I don't know, remember that this is the x value. So f of negative 6. F of negative 6. F of negative 6 is negative 2. And what's the value of f of, well, I picked 2 by mistake, but let's use it anyways. No, let's find another one. Use something different, because that's the same. This one looks good, right? 8, 5. So 8, 5, 8, 5 is supposed to be right there. So what is the value of f of 8? F of 8 is 5. Cool. When does f of x equal? So when does the y equal? I don't know. Let's pick 2. No, let's just pick another point. When does y equal 4? What was that? Y equals 4 when x is 6. So when does f of x equal 4? Okay, hold on. I'm going to put this on here first. That'll make it easier for me. 6, 4. Yeah, that was 6, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's supposed to be right here. So when does y equals 4? When x equals 6. And for the last one, I'm just going to use something I've already done here. So when does f of x, when is the y equal to negative 2? When x equals negative 6. You can reuse one of these points, or I'm going to let you reuse 2 of these points. Like, you could have technically used this point and this point, and if these were points, you could have used those. So I will let you use 2 points, like reuse 2 points right here. Okay? You can reuse 2 points, but make sure that one of these is new and one of these is new. That way you don't spend forever trying to find nice points. Okay, f of x equals negative x squared plus 3. Let's try that. F of x equals negative x. I think it's the second power squared, yeah. So I'm going to go down here, squared, and then plus 3. Plus 3. Okay, so if you don't want to use this little keyboard here, then when you get to the little 2, the exponent of 2, the second power, if you hold shift and press 6, it'll let you type in like smaller numbers. Oops. Smaller numbers. And then just make sure to click right again so you can get back down, and then plus 3. All right, so minimum, does it have a lowest point? Let's see. Nope. So NA, not applicable. Does it have a highest point? Yeah, yes it does, at 0, 3. I may as well just graph it. Domain, let's talk about the x's and let's talk about the y's. Domain. It goes forever left slowly and forever right slowly, but it keeps going on left and right. It doesn't have any limits, so it's all real numbers. Range. Let's talk about the range. Did it ever stop going up? Yeah. Ever stop going downward? No, it keeps going downward forever. So the highest, the y is 3. Well, the highest the y is 3, so all the y's are less than 3. All the y's are below this 3. They're like below. Or equal, because you can be that point. Okay, x-intercepts. Let's see where it crosses the x-axis. The x-axis. It actually crosses at 2 spots. Negative 1.732, comma 0. And 1.7. Okay, the same. This the sign. Okay. Oops. So negative 1.732, comma 0. And and 1, positive 1.732, 0. So negative 1.5.7 right there. Positive 1.5.7 right here. Okay, I'm going to hold off on graphing. I'm going to find some more points first. Y-intercept. I'm going to hold off on finishing my sketch until I get the y-intercept and maybe a few points. So, it's right here. It should be right here where it crosses the y-axis. Crosses the y-axis, yeah, 0, 3. 0, 3. Okay. And let's find a few more points on here that seem like pretty okay. Is this a point? No. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, negative 3, negative 6. I'm gonna put that over here. Negative 3, negative 6. And it's symmetrical, like it looks the same on both sides. So I'm gonna try, see if there's a 3, 6. 1, 2, 3. 3, negative 6. Yeah. So 3, negative 6. And then we can finish our sketch. Keeps going. Oops. More of a curve. Okay. It's not supposed to be pointy. That's better, I guess, right? So what's the value of f of negative 3? Well, f of negative 3 is negative 6. And let's use this one. F of 3 is also negative. F of 3 is also negative 6. So negative 3, negative 6, and positive 3, negative 6. Cool. When does f of x equal? I'm going to put this negative 6. Because remember, this is the f of x is y. So when is y negative 6? Y is negative 6 when x equals negative 3. And positive 3. Cool. And I'm just going to recycle one of these. So 0, 3. So when does y equal 3? Y equals 3 when x is 0. Cool. And I believe that is it. Thank you.